He's like, I didn't kill my wife. Yeah. He's like, I don't care. I don't fucking care.
Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning into the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, the show welcomes Andy Matlock back to the program. And we'll be discussing a number of different topics, including a recap of this year's Halloween adventures. Limp Bizkit is back in the studio making some more dad rock. And we analyze a brand new kitchen product that seems to be both dangerous and misleading at the same time. So pull up a chair, grab a drink, and help me welcome back to the program. He is my brother, Mr. Andy Matlock. Andy Jim Matlock.
That's me.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Doing good?
I've been drinking.
You're doing good? You're getting good grades?
Yep.
Feeling all right?
Yeah.
Future's so bright. Got to wear shades? I somewhat hit those lyrics. I don't know. Yep. Andy, you have successfully made it through your first full summer here in Arizona. How do you feel about it?
It's been a hot one.
It's been a hot one. Was it rough, or was it not as bad as you thought it was going to be?
It was doable. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but I made it through. Thank God I wasn't working outside or something crazy. I was working inside, so it's like just a little burst of outside. But I think the nights are the worst.
The worst.
That's where it's like you don't get a break. That's the worst part. It's like, we're in the desert, it's hot, but it's like 90 at night, and it's just too much. So
it is hot at night, and it is weird because Seattle's the opposite. Like, it actually gets nice and cool at night.
It'll be hot, but I mean, sometimes you get those stretch of days where it's hot and it doesn't cool down, but still, you still get some relief at night,
Yeah. So. Now, just to paint a picture for people who aren't aware about how hot it actually gets in Phoenix, Phoenix had 61 days of over 110 degrees or higher. 61 days.
Yeah. Is that all? It felt like more.
Well, Andy, that actually broke the previous record of last year in 2023, where we only had 55 days in 2023.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So now Arizona actually had 113 consecutive days with temperatures of over 100 degrees or higher. That's pretty crazy.
That is.
Because in Seattle, we always like to contrast everything with Seattle because that's where we're from. But in Seattle, you'd have maybe a couple of days that are maybe 100, or
maybe you get to 100.
Yeah, or just right around it. And it's really uncomfortable because a lot of people don't have air conditioning.
Exactly.
So
you're just sitting there.
There's no escape. You're just
sitting there with the window open, the fan blowing on you. And
it's like, I know that more people are starting to get air conditioning put in up in Seattle because everything is getting a little warmer.
Pretty much every new house is being built with air conditioning.
Yeah.
So, but traditionally nobody really had air conditioning in Seattle, but
yeah. And mom and dad, they finally have a little air conditioning unit now. So that's pretty cool.
It's such a big difference.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why didn't we have one of these a long time ago?
Oh, right? Yeah.
But it was such few and far between when we were younger. Now it's getting hotter, more urbanization, more people are building stuff, and it's just getting more concrete, and it's getting hotter everywhere. So yeah. And it is funny because when I look at places to live or whatever, or just searching for houses just because it's fun to search for houses. Yeah. These TikToks come up and I'm like, I always see these old houses, and they always talk about old houses
are built better than the new houses.
Oh yeah.
You know, obviously not the electrical or, you know, the plumbing probably is not.
Yeah, I guess
great,
it depends,
but unless it was like
it
redone.
depends on how old. Yeah.
But they had to build them better because, you know, they didn't have like air conditioning and stuff like that.
And yeah, I mean, and things have gotten, you know, cheaper and, you know, there's
I mean, the walls in like this place here, like they're like paper thin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're like, hey, we have air conditioning. You just turn up the air conditioning. I'm like, I feel like it's like Rich Falls. Like, that's not how this works.
Exactly. It's like there's zero like soffits. There's no shade on these places. They're just in the sun, you know.
Right.
It's like that's how they're building stuff, and you're like,
it's crazy.
I know. I don't understand how they build stuff with the intent of just turn up your air conditioning.
That is such bullshit. Like you shouldn't have to do that because like now, like the cost of energy is like insane. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, you could cut down on the cost of energy if I had like some insulation in the goddamn walls or
don't cut down
awnings.
My trees.
Yeah, right. Oh,
oh God. Sorry, was that too soon?
You trying to trigger me?
Dude, like seriously, like every time something starts growing out here, they cut it down.
Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Anyway, so you made it through the summer. That's good.
Yeah.
Halloween was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty fun. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I fucking, you know, forced you into it.
Oh, I mean, like everybody has to do with me on any event. Like, if anybody knows me, I'm like, yeah.
I was like, I just
don't
rather.
know. And then when it actually,
you're kind of like Rich Falls, but like, you know, you're more outgoing than Rich Falls, but you're kind of like Rich Falls in the sense is like, hey, Andy, you want to do this? You're like, I mean, can't we just stay in and watch the Blues Brothers?
I mean, essentially.
I mean, the drinks are cheaper. The food is, well, the food's not better, but it's certainly more affordable. And we could watch whatever we want.
Yeah.
I like how I went in full Rich just now.
I mean,
what, you're like, I mean, he has a point. He has a fucking point.
He really does.
I mean, do you have lots of women walking by?
No, see that's what it is. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, everybody's like, drinks are cheaper at home.
Yeah,
and it's
great.
Like, there's no chicks there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Halloween was a success this year. Overall, it was a success. You know that
it did worked out.
We got some good pictures. So yeah, we went as the wedding singer. Mm-hmm. We went as the wedding singer this year, and it was pretty interesting seeing like how different things have evolved just even since I've been here.
Yeah, the lack of
participation
dressing up. Yeah,
because like you used to go into a bar and it didn't matter what bar. It was like any bar, and it would just like be everybody would be dressed up, and I'm like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Like somebody would come up with something. Like nobody wants to be caught at a bar and not
on Halloween
not have anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main reason I wouldn't go out. Is
right.
Like, oh well, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. It's like, well, these days people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I'm going out anyway.
Yeah.
Like dressed in my jeans, and you're like, really? Like,
yeah. No, it's like, man, it was just weird. Like, you know, like 5 years ago, it was like, it was crazy. Like there was just like, everybody was dressed up. There was a big giant, even the contest that we were involved in, which is like kind of hilarious in a sense. Like there was a contest, but there was like, I don't know, 20 people dressed up, maybe. Like, I mean, it was so bad that we walked into the bar and you and Jen were like, we ready to go?
Yeah.
We ready to, I mean, like, this is fucking weird. Everyone's staring at us.
Yeah, we're the weirdos dressed up. Like,
this is very strange. And I go, listen, just fucking let's have a couple drinks. Everyone just calm down. Jen, like rest your resting bitch face here. She's just like, she's really good at that when she's not having a good time. She's like, and I'm like, try to smile. Everyone like act like they're having a good time. We gotta sell it, you know, whatever. So anyway, a couple more drinks down the road, and then we see people that we actually know start to come in. That always helps big time.
And that helped with the voting.
Yep, Casey and Casey's friends.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a pretty good night, and we ended up winning $200.
Yeah.
That's always good because you know why that's good. It helped pay for the booze, and it helped paid for the costumes.
Yep.
So
exactly.
And so that's why I like Halloween is because like, okay, sure, we get to go out and have a costume contest, which I don't really care much about the costume contest. It's about like, okay, we got the cool picture and we participated in Halloween, and the contest helps pay for the fun that we have afterwards.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I saw, you know, just going back to the lack of participation. What do you think that is? Do you think the lack of participation is a result of just people not wanting to participate in Halloween? Or do you think it's like that new sober life kind of like a movement?
I mean,
or what do you think it is?
I mean, this year in particular, I think it was a multitude of reasons. I think you're right. I think both those things. And I think it fell on a Thursday, which is kind of a weird day. People don't know, like, are we supposed to go out the weekend before, the weekend after?
Yeah.
So there might be some of that.
Next year's Friday.
I know. So yeah, that's a lot different story, you know, like, because I think when it falls on a weekend, then I think it's different, you know, like
true, but
parties are different. People actually throw parties and stuff like that. But like, yeah, when it's on during the week, it's kind of weird. But yeah, the whole thing of people not dressing up, and it's just less people going out, less people doing that kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I saw it was funny because I actually saw an article. It was an article about champagne, and champagne sales are down. Like, I don't know, it is like 15% or something like that, just from last year. Quite a bit of booze.
15%. And a lot of the champagne executives, they believe that it is just that people are not celebrating.
Is that worldwide?
Particular events. Yeah, it's worldwide. Yeah, it's worldwide. So people aren't celebrating like they did, or at least with alcohol, like weddings and, you know, parties and promotions and anniversaries and things like that.
Maybe it's the rise of all these seltzers and all these other weird drinks that
could be
taken away from.
There's a lot of sugar in champagne.
Yeah,
I think you had a story about like one time about champagne. Right?
about drinking too much champagne.
I think everybody has a story about champagne. Is like it. I don't know. I never really understood the popularity of champagne. Anyways, it's bubbly. That's cool.
It's like too,
but it's like it's really sweet.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it fucking gives you horrible hangovers.
Yeah. No, so I've never really been a fan of it. Like, unless I was like at a wedding and just like drinking fucking like, I remember I was at a wedding and I had like 2 bottles and I was just like double fisting them. But like, yeah, they're just like, it's so explosive with, the carbonation that every time I would take the bottle and go like that, it would just like explode. Like, 'cause there's so much, it's so carbonated, but I'm like, so yeah, but either way, like I've never been a big brunch guy, like the mimosas or any of that.
That's such a chick thing.
I'm not really into.
We have bottomless mimosas. We're like, ugh. It's just like the sugar in orange juice and the sugar in champagne is just like, wow.
Like, is that all you got? All right, I guess I'll drink it, but.
Oh, and then like, you know, I have like enamel like erosion. So I'm like, it's like, just the 3 things I know about champagne. The 3 things that are the most famous about champagne is that it's bubbly and it explodes, right? And then it's super sweet, which is why a lot of girls like champagne, right? And I guess, you know, it could be expensive too. It could be cheap, but it could be expensive. Yeah. But then it gives you horrible hangovers. Horrible hangovers. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Why has it taken this long to drop 15%?
You're like, it's got horrible PR. Yeah. Why would anybody be into this?
Fucking terrible. Anyway, so yeah, the execs are somewhat confused on why it's not popular. To me, I'm like, really? It's taking this long?
No, everybody's confused.
I don't know, but that leads into like, you know, just if they're right, then maybe maybe people aren't celebrating just in general. Cause like mom talks about how less and less kids every year go trick-or-treating. Shit. I have like when I first moved to this location here, I had a few people that trick-or-treated. I haven't had trick-or-treaters in years.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 years.
So people did trick-or-treat when you first moved here?
Yep. I was like, it like startled me. And I was like,
oh gosh. Oh yeah, it is. It's Halloween.
I went and got like I was the full candy bar guy. I was like, oh shit, I hope news doesn't spread about this house. So like, I was like, I have like full candy bars that I got from work. There you go. Yeah.
You're like Sir Mix-a-Lot in this place.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, I was like, shit, here goes my my peanut butter cups. Here you go. Here goes my, whatever. They used to give out candy bars at work, and I'd be like, I have a drawer full of candy bars. Yeah.
Whoa.
Remember Eric he took one once, and he was like, and he wrote a note, and he goes, "No shame." And I was like, thank God, because I didn't want to eat it anyways.
He's like, good.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him out of here somehow.
Yeah. The whole story was that I used to have this drawer, like it was they had this like contest thing where they did it work, and they were like, here, you get a candy bar if you do it. And I'm like, and I just keep all these candy bars. I mean, like, so I had this whole drawer full of candy bars.
Collection of candy
Velasco came over one time, and he's like, holy shit, that's a lot of candy. And I go, yeah, you can, if you want one, like, yeah, take one. I don't fucking want them. Like, it's like, I'm fucking like trying to work out. I don't want to fucking eat all these sick sweets. So I gave Velasco one, and then like, he would sneak and try to like steal them, and like, and I'm like, I don't care if you eat them. What? And there was like wrappers like hidden underneath them. I was like, what? I don't care.
Shove the wrapper deep in the garbage.
And it's like that episode of like or not the episode, but the movie. What's the movie? Like he's like, I didn't kill my wife. Yeah. He's like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Then he like jumps anyway. So anyway. So that's why Eric, like the next morning, I went downstairs and I was like, and that's Eric leaves. He goes, and he's like, no shame. And there was like a wrapper right underneath it. And I was like, that a boy. He's like, I don't have shame. I'll fucking eat this. I'll eat it right in front of your fucking face. I don't fucking give a shit. Anyway. But anyway, kids are not trick-or-treating. People aren't buying champagne.
People aren't drinking. Kids aren't trick-or-treating.
Nobody's having fun. Nobody's fucking talking to each other. I saw this guy on TikTok. He's sitting there and he's like, this is very weird. Like, we have this like very like cool neighborhood where it's like, it's like a regular, he pans over and he's like, look at this neighborhood. It's like a normal neighborhood. Really cool place. He goes, nobody fucking knows each other. He goes, growing up, everybody knew everybody. Like, everyone's like, hey, oh shit, my next door neighbor's like riding a bike. You want to go on a bike ride together? Let's go fucking ride bikes. Let's go fucking dirt bike riding. And like, everybody knew everybody. Everybody's like playing sports together in the street. Like, do you ever see kids playing football in the streets or even at the park? I go by parks. I drive by parks all the time.
Yeah.
I've never seen a fucking kid play.
It's a good thing there's still organized sports because, geez, man, these kids would be doing nothing. Like,
and organized sports like with Zoe's league is like, just pay fucking like $5,000 and then you can play sports.
It is a different world out there. That crazy. Is for sure, man. It is so much different than what we grew up in.
It is weird. But so anyway, just right back to the Halloween stuff. So we were thinking about going to we were looking at like places to go. And I was like, all right, well, man, I've been burned on some of these like Halloween parties in the past where you pay like, I remember one time we paid like, I don't know what it was, like $45 or like $50 or something like that.
A person or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause it was like a grand prize of like, I don't know what it was, but anyway.
Better be a grand. But
it was like a block party. It was like this big block party.
Yeah.
And we got in and we're like, and it was a fucking mess. Cause I'd gone to these places in the past and they were fun. They were well run. And this last one, I was like, I am never going to one of these again. Like, not like this anywhere where like you're paying like that kind of money.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just a mess. Like fucking, you couldn't go to the bathroom. There was no bathrooms. They didn't even have like fucking porta potties and shit. Like everyone's like waiting in a line like the entire time. And then you couldn't get a drink. Cause I was like, it was another fucking line. I was like, we left that party. And I was like, fuck, this is not worth it. And the whole place was chaotic. So we just left. We went to like, the Gilligan's, like the
Midget bar.
Are we able to say that?
Oh yeah, cut that.
Oh god. Yeah, we went to the. But listen, they have a small person bar, small people serving drinks. It's pretty amazing. But I just like, all right, we better make sure that these places are vetted properly, that we know what's going on. Like we were really kind of like taking a chance. Like we saw this place that was an 80s themed bar.
Yeah. I mean,
sounds amazing. And they were going to be playing 80s music. And I was like,
and what we were doing was set in the 80s.
Yes.
So it was perfect.
It matched up perfectly. So I was like, all right, so we can go to this. We get halfway there. And someone, I don't know who it was, someone goes, they don't have a.
Sounds like an Eric.
They don't. Yeah, right. Thing. They don't have a. There's no contest that going on. And I go, oh, what? No. There's no. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's no. It doesn't say anything about
why.
And I was like, oh shit.
Doesn't even make sense not having a costume contest at a costume party. But anyway.
So basically, we just fucking make a U-turn. And I was like, all right, we need to just. That's it. We can't take a chance on this place. We haven't even been to this place, so we don't even know if it's like. And there was a cover, right? So it was like a $15 cover, not expensive, but it was like,
but still, that's not what we're trying to go somewhere for a contest.
Yeah, and we're the wedding singer.
Yeah.
Part of it is like we need to sing, right? So
karaoke.
We need to go to a karaoke place. So we turn around, we go back, we end up at the place right next to our house.
Get old Bridget's.
Right. It's fucking dive shitty.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's not great. It's not great.
It's amazing.
And
it's amazing.
No, it's not. He's fucking lying to you. He's lying to you. Anyway, so we end up at fucking Bridget's, and the DJ. I'm waiting for this guy to like get a new job or fucking just something to happen. I don't want anything bad to happen.
No,
I just want him to fucking leave. He's so bad. He's the worst fucking. Listen, it's not a hard job. It's not a hard job. DJing at a fucking dive karaoke bar, not a hard job. Fucking not.
Shouldn't be.
You take a slip. You make sure the fucking. It's not hard. You announce, hey, we have Andy coming up. We have Andy. Oh no, Andy. Okay, next person. Yes, it's fucking not hard, right? A trained monkey could do his job. Anyway, so he sucks. But I immediately, when we get there, I turn in a song. Hour and a half goes by. No, hour and 15 minutes goes by. I was like, is this some kind of joke? Like we see people walking in, just literally just walking in, and then they go up to sing. And I was like, all right, like, did I do something to this guy? Like,
yeah, right.
What did I do? What happened here? So I go back up, turn in the same song, and I was like, oh, finally see my name on the board coming up, like 20 minutes after that, and I'm like, dude, we figured out we found out that like he's a pay for play kind of fucking dude, like where you have to pay him to like fucking.
Yep.
And that makes a lot of sense because you have all these fucking people that go in there and they just play the worst shit you've ever heard. You're like, you are a horrible singer and you're singing a slow, boring, depressing, fucking I want to slit my wrist emo song.
And all it took was a $5 bill.
Apparently.
In the palm.
God, he's so shitty. That's why I like Brad. Brad's a great karaoke host because
But Brad's at a shitty bar.
Brad's at a shitty bar too, but this
bar sucks too. But that bar somehow worse in a weird way. Like
it's just in a worse area. That's I think why. But anyway,
bartenders suck. Anyway,
bartenders do suck. They do suck. So anyway, what Brad does, is Brad will sing a fun song, or he'll have like some sort of stupid game that he plays, to pep people up.
No shit,
because you're at a shitty bar and you don't want to feel like shit.
Yeah,
this guy, he's not like that. He'll turn in his own. He's like he'll put his own songs in. You fucking know this.
Yeah,
he puts his own fucking songs in.
On shit, like shitty, like,
and they're shit,
like soft songs.
They're not like fun songs. Like, dude, you don't go to a bar. Well, some people do, I guess. And go to a bar and just fucking feel more depressed. I'm here at this bar because everyone else is here is depressed like me. So I want to feel depressed and maybe it'll help me fucking want to kill myself.
Hey, save that shit for a Tuesday.
Yeah, fucking what the dude?
You want to be sat at a bar? Go to fucking on a weekday, not on a weekend,
dude. Even like, come on, man. Get like play some songs that are fun. Like mix them. That's part of the skill of a karaoke DJ. And listen, I'm not a fucking expert, but I kind of am. You go there. If you're gonna play like a depressing song, make sure the fucking next song is like upbeat.
Yeah.
And if you are gonna interject and want to fucking sing one of your songs, sing a fucking like upbeat song.
Yeah.
Because
or it better be fun somehow.
Because isn't the point of a karaoke host at a bar to keep people there and to keep people drinking? Yeah. That's the point. That's right. That's the point of a fucking karaoke host. Yeah. You want people to have fun.
Yeah.
You have people that have fun there. They're gonna want to come back. They're gonna want to drink. Exactly. They're gonna want to spend money. And what happens when you see fun people? You want to have fun. You want to stay. And you want to drink more.
Yep.
So whoever the owner is, take note. Okay. Any more thoughts on the God, it's not that hard, Andy. It's not that hard. Casey Jones. I was like, Casey Jones, like, man, I miss people like you. He's like, they can't afford me anymore. I love it. Fucking love Casey Jones. All right. Okay.
Attaboy.
So, Andy, I did see a lot of Halloween costumes by celebrities.
Oh,
celebrity Halloween costumes. And I want your thoughts on some of these Halloween costumes.
All right.
I know that you saw some of these, right?
I think I saw Heidi Klum.
You saw everyone saw the Heidi Klum one because Heidi Klum is Heidi Klum.
Because she does crazy shit every year and everybody's waiting for her costume.
So I'm going to flash these on the board here so people can see them as well. But we're going to go through some of these. Heidi Klum dressed as E.T., which, Jesus, I mean, she's Heidi Klum. She could get like professionals to fucking make perfect costumes. I mean,
so cool.
So ridiculous. So there's the Heidi Klum E.T. And if you zoom in, you can actually see like their faces in the neck.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. But they still have animatronics or whatever for the head. So it's still moving around.
Pretty insane.
And the mouth is moving, but
pretty insane. Heidi Klum, she's becoming like the queen of Halloween.
Yeah.
And she always does like fun stuff. Like, what did she get like a worm last year or something?
Yeah,
like, what?
She could do like totally smoking hot costumes.
Yeah.
But
you were a supermodel. You could do
chooses to do weird shit, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that's really cool, actually.
Yeah. All right. So, and then you have Macaulay Culkin dressed up as Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's great.
Of the Bengals.
Yeah, he actually is a really good Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it was actually pretty funny. I mean, he's not.
Could have shaved his mustache, but
yeah, like, come on, man. Like, that's Zoe's boyfriend right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Zoe's a big Joe Burrow. Well, at least she was. I don't know if she is.
How
teenagers are. They could, the next 1 week versus the next. You never know.
Sure.
You never know.
Yep.
Anyway, Paris Hilton dressed up as Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
And she also went as Britney Spears. She couldn't make up her mind on a costume. She's like, I want to go to high school and you guys open a locker and we're going to dress up by, I don't know if she actually did that or
they ordered 20 pink lockers. And
I mean, I'm sure she could. She came from money and she has her own money now.
Why did two?
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Just wait till next year.
Jen's done that, but it was for work and stuff. So you have your work costume and then you have your regular costume.
That's too many costumes.
Andy's not a fan. He's not a fan. Well, it'd be kind of weird. Like Jen dresses up like, it makes more sense for Jen to dress up like I Love Lucy at a, senior living facility than Peg Bundy, dressed up all kind of like slutty and,
all right,
without Al,
All right. I get it.
All right. So then you have this, you have singer actress Halle Bailey. Dressed up as Halle Berry from the Bond movie.
Goodness.
Holy moly. Talk about this chick nailed it, huh?
She is hot.
Andy, wake up.
I like when you can see the bottom of them.
Oh, you're talking about the bottom top?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. The bottom boob.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Okay, and then you have her sister. You have her sister, Chloe Bailey.
Who are these girls?
I don't know. They're
They're amazing, though.
The first one was a singer/actress.
Yeah.
This one's her sister.
Okay.
I don't know if she's just. I'm just her sister. I think she's a singer as well.
I'm the sister.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, she dressed up as Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty fantastic.
She is.
It's pretty awesome.
She is. That's pretty great.
It is. It's
amazing.
pretty solid.
It's a great costume.
Yeah. So Kim Kardashian. Now this one's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. She dressed up as an albino alligator. Like,
What?
it's just like, what is this? Like,
That's
it's like
not even-
enemy mine or something.
Yeah, that
What
doesn't
is-
even look like an alligator. She looks like a lizard. It's like a what the fuck is that?
I don't know. But
What the fuck?
yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Like,
That looks like a character on a TV show or something. like she's like the villain on Star Trek this week or something.
right.
You know, like
it's very weird. I'm like, all right, just because you have the money to do anything you want doesn't mean you have to do that.
I mean,
It's just my opinion.
it's still hot, but weird.
Yeah, because she has her big fake boobs and
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and her
yeah. I guess that's
famous ass. So yeah, she's an albino alligator. Actress Amelia Dimoldenberg,
Okay,
dressed up as Roz, the administrator from Monsters Inc. And I think she fucking did a great job. That's
actually
who
spot
dresses
on.
up like that,
That's actually spot on.
right? It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty amazing. Who is she?
I think she's an actress.
Some actor. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
actress.
Actress, yeah.
Huh.
So
All right,
thought that was pretty good.
that's pretty good.
And then Neil Patrick Harris and his family. So he has his husband and then their kids.
Yeah, Doogie Howser.
Yeah, Doogie Howser, or Barney from How I Met Your Mother, right?
Was that his name?
I think it was Barney, right?
Barney.
Yeah, Barney.
Barney.
Oh God!
Really?
Did you ever watch that show? Or?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I saw some, but
Barney.
I didn't know his fucking name.
Barney Stimson or something like that, or Barney like.
Weird. What a weird name for
Yeah.
a character of our generation. Barney. All right. Anyway.
And he's like, you mixing him up with Barney Miller or
Yeah,
Barney
right.
from The Simpsons?
No shit.
Yeah, no. So Neil Patrick Harris and his family, they went fucking crazy. Like, look at how crazy
Whoa.
awesome that they built a recording studio for their costumes, and they went as classic Elton John from the 70s, 68 Elvis, they did 80s Madonna, and then they did 70s Bowie.
It's almost like that old.
It's pretty awesome.
It's almost like that old diner photo, you know, like
Yeah.
where they're all the famous people.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
totally,
like,
totally.
Looks like that, right? Kind of.
Look at the Elton
That's
John.
awesome.
Elton John is amazing.
Oh yeah, Elton
Look at-
John.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
That is impressive.
Actually, they're all really good.
yeah, they are
especially,
really all good.
I mean, look at the Madonna's actually really
Madonna
good.
looks legit.
Yeah, look at the Bowie, the classic early 70s Bowie. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they all did good actually.
Yeah. And then this one made TMZ's worst costume lists. And
Worst?
I think it personally, I think it was my favorite. Because I like stuff that's inappropriate, and this is very inappropriate, but I fucking love it. And I think I've never seen anybody dress up like this. Actress comedian Patty Harrison went as Michael Jackson, and her son, what was his name? Blanket.
Blanket?
When he hung his son over
Oh my god!
the balcony.
With the blanket over Blanket's head.
That is my winner. That is, hey, TMZ, you might think it's one of the worst costumes. I think it's one of the best costumes.
That's amazing.
That is fucking great. Look at that.
She even looks like
They did makeup
that is
on that.
disturbingly good.
Oh, so great.
Holy crap!
That is fucking money, dude. That is great. I can't believe they made their worst list. Like, just because it's inappropriate.
on.
Because Michael actually hung that kid over like ledge.
yeah, whatever.
Well, nothing
Yeah.
happened.
No,
Nothing happened.
Yeah, that might have been inappropriate, but
Yeah.
but this costume is massively
Yeah. Now,
appropriate.
if you went as Eric Clapton's kid, that might be a little bit over the edge. Sorry. Anyway, back to the sorry.
Back to the
All right.
scheduled program.
Okay, so we talked about Michael Jackson. In other music news, Andy, I saw Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
They're in the studio. They're recording some new music.
Ooh.
What do you think of that? You like Limp Bizkit?
I do like Limp Bizkit. I don't know about
Everyone likes.
I don't know about new music though. Like with anybody, you're like,
listen.
You're always a little sketchy with new music, aren't you?
You got. Everyone likes the certain era of like their bands.
Yeah.
You know, rarely will you get. Sometimes you'll get a band that you're like,
Sure.
I fucking like their new stuff.
Yeah. Pretty rare.
Yeah. It's like usually like when you were into them, right? Like,
if they had stopped at some point,
if they had stopped in 2001
and then started coming out with music another 20 years later, it's
right.
like it's usually not good.
Yeah.
Like if they keep coming out with new music, maybe you have a shot at one of those albums being good, but
yeah, they had some classic songs like Nookie and Break Stuff and Rearranged and the cover songs like Faith and what was the Behind Blue Eyes, right?
Yep.
Like they had huge hits.
Yeah.
Big hits, huge radio play. But the new music is a follow-up to their 2021 album, which was called Still Sucks.
Aw.
And I don't know about you, man, but like it's kind of cool. I love self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Like Lee is one of my favorite people in the world because he always makes fun of himself.
Yeah.
But all right, dude, like you made fun of yourself already. Like, so just to drive this home here, the last album was called Limp Bizkit Still Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That was their album, right? With songs like Dad Vibes and Out of Style. Okay. And the last tour was called the Loserville Tour with like Corey Feldman and like, God, I've seen reviews of that. And they're like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like,
it's so bad.
And like, I've seen what's his name in interviews. He's like, well, we're all fucking, we're just not cool and blah, blah. And people don't respect it. It's like, all right, dude. Like, okay. So it's like, fuck.
Are you mad at this new shtick that they have?
It's just fucking. It's just done. Like stop. Like move on.
We suck. We're losers, and
just stop. I don't know. We get it. You were cool back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you haven't been cool in the last 20 years. Okay, we get it. But just like everything else,
they're back. Everything else comes back around. Remember, in the 90s, the 70s came back. In the 2000s, the fucking 80s came back, right? And now, all these people that were into fucking Limp Bizkit going to these fucking concerts, who are at Woodstock 99 and shit, they all have kids. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Their kids, they've been exposed to Limp Bizkit. Exactly.
And they're like, this is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is pretty fucking badass. So, now they're able to tour again, and they're touring to fucking big audiences, and they're having fucking festivals. I don't know what the next festival is going to be called, but what do you think? What is the album called again? It's called the last album was called Loserville, or no, that was the tour. The last album was called Still Sucks. What do you think this album's going to be called? What do you think this album's going to be called? What Washed Up? What? Limp Bizkit, lame old guys. What is this? Fucking, just stop already.
I mean, is it better than the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, but I don't know. It's kind of like Van Halen came out with the Fuck album, right? For unlawful carnal knowledge. The Fuck album. Or they had, like Van Halen, like with the Van Hagar years, like they had like all their albums were like kind of like cheesy, kind of like the 5150, like, the Insane Asylum or whatever. And then they had like the OU812, I812, OU812, I812.
So
yeah,
stupid.
It's just kind of cheesy, And then they had like one where like it was like the kid with like, do you have like two heads or something like that?
Or was that?
And it was called Balance. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, I remember that album.
Just like every album kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of cheesy, but I don't know. So, Andy, enough of music here. Should we just cut the bullshit and get right down to talking about Power XL Stir Mix? We watched this. We were flipping through channels today, and I had to do something. I had to walk into the kitchen or something like that, and Andy stops on this infomercial, and it's this. What is this thing? It's like a fucking. It's like a crock pot that stirs shit or something, or like it has this like little thing that turns.
Arm that like,
and they're like, your stuff will never stick to the fucking bottom of the crock pot. And we're like, all right, this is all right. And then like
it'll pull your pork for you.
Yeah, it's like yeah. So it's like the square. It's like square, but the middle thing that turns is like
circle.
It's a circle. So it like the sides don't move. It's so fucking hilarious. So just to paint a picture, I'm going to show a clip of this. Here's a clip of this infomercial here.
The Stirmax multi-cooker. No more stirring food. The revolutionary new countertop appliance with a built-in auto stirrer. Saute, slow cook, cook stews or soups. Powerful enough to even shred food. With large 7.5 quart capacity and lightweight, attractive design. Now you can try the Power XL Stirmax multi-cooker for just $14.99 plus $100 in free grocery coupons. This is an exclusive TV-only offer, so order now.
This thing's so ridiculous. All right. So we're talking about this, and yeah, they would demonstrate putting in like full pieces of meat. Like, just like, you don't even have to cut your meat. It's going to tenderize it. It's going to fucking like be able to chop it up. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this. So they start showing it, and it's like, just really struggling. It's fucking like, it's struggling. It's just trying to go through it. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be bad. Yeah, I can't wait. And then all of a sudden they're like, they edit it right to the very end where it's all like everything's perfectly
it's all mixed up and shredded.
What the fuck? I go, that is such bullshit. They fucking edited all that, and then he's like, I'd like to see the full 5 minutes of that. And I'm like, that is such bullshit. They can't fucking do that. That is such bullshit.
It's not real. It's not real.
Dude, how can it be?
They would just break like immediately, or it doesn't stir anything with the shit. You have to sit there with a spatula and like constantly take things from the sides and like.
Right. Like what? and then what was that part we were talking about where like, oh yeah. So you have this little thing in the bottom that's like spinning everything, right? And supposedly mixing everything up. Full pieces of like, heavy duty meat in there. And all I can think of, they're like, you don't even need an old crock pot. You just like turn this on, go to work. And I'm like, all I can think of is like that thing, like having like a short circuit. It's like, it's like you're at work. You're like, no, you're at work.
It gets stopped at it gets stopped at a giant piece of meat and it can't cut through.
You get a call from your like, your neighbor Bob. He's like, your fucking house is on fire right now. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, oh, it's that goddamn fucking, it's a crock pot. It's a fucking crock pot. And then, what were they doing? They were like, yeah, this could be yours for $19.99, right? They're like, this is like, and we're trying our hardest to like look at the fucking screen to like see if we could. Did that say like 8 payments of $19.99, or is that just $19.99? Because you pointed this out, right?
Oh my fucking god! I can't breathe.
Sorry. You pointed out that in addition to buying this machine that is most likely going to burn down your house, they're giving out
$100 off of groceries.
$100 gift card for groceries to somewhere. It just says $100 to groceries. We're like, what? Where is that to? It just says groceries. They literally showed the $100 to groceries. I'm like, well, that's there's a lot of grocery stores. What is that? What?
To groceries.
Whatever. Like, so anyway, they give out this $100 gift card, but how much is this thing? It's like, they showed it was like $19.99. I'm like,
whoa, Josh.
How many installments?
Hey. Plus shipping and handling.
Oh, plus shipping. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's where they get you now. They're like,
that could be $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000 shipping handling. This thing is such a pile of shit. I fucking love it though. Like it was a great information because it was so fake. Like, it was so fake, right?
Like, it's like you got like a chef.
It looked like a plastic piece of shit.
There was like a chef working on this, and you're like, this fucking guy is like, this is a pile of shit. There's no way that he uses this.
Yeah, dude,
on
like
his own
this
time.
fucking guy. This guy's like some like respected chef within his community, and he's like, or maybe he's even like some semi-famous chef, right? And he gets this call, and they're like, "Dude, we have this great idea for you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fucking listening." And they're like,
It's a pot that stirs shit for you.
"You just cut shit, and then you put it in." Actually, you know what? Scrap that. You don't even have to cut shit. You can just take a whole onion, throw it in there, fucking dice it up.
He's like, that sounds like garbage. That sounds like
He's
a
like,
piece of shit.
that doesn't make sense. Is that going to work?
We're going to pay you X amount of dollars.
He's like, well, how much are you going to pay? They're like,
it's a lot.
$200,000. I'm in.
200 grand for an infomercial. Dude,
I don't know.
No way they're making that.
I have no idea.
No way they're
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because he seemed really into this. Maybe Andy. Maybe it was one of those things where, like, how actors kind of like what's his name, Tom Hanks did with Forrest Gump. He's like, well, you know what? I'll take money on the back end. If this thing takes off, then I'm gonna be a cajillionaire.
I'll take points.
This guy's like, I'll do this for $100.
He's like, you know what?
But when this thing takes off, I'm gonna be fucking a billionaire. I think Suzanne Summers kind of had one of those deals
with the Thigh Master.
Yeah, Thigh Master, and she made shit tons of money. Yeah. She was like, I was like part owner or something. Like, I was like, I'll take part ownership in this. So like, yeah, I mean, this is gonna be one of these things that like, who knows? This is gonna. She's like, it's like, and then people start using it, and it starts breaking and busting into people's legs and shit.
God.
It's like all these lawsuits. It's like,
God.
gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we should fucking buy one of these and see if it works. I mean, should we do this for the show?
I mean, dude.
I don't know.
I'm down.
Andy, Andy,
with all this YouTube money you're making, I mean, listen, I think we should put it on the show's account.
Andy, all I have to say is if we buy one of these for $19.99 and we get $100 for groceries,
for the groceries.
This is a win-win situation. We can't lose.
I think we already missed our opportunity though, because like, you know how those infomercials are. They're like, buy now or.
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, that was our last chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you can call them at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
These people in India, they don't even fucking know. They're like, you just saw that air in Indiana? Okay, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, don't worry, it'll be on tonight again.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's airing all over the world on weird random channels. There's like fucking 10,000 channels now.
If you order in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is only good.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, see Andy, that scare tactic worked back in the 90s when there was like, 20 channels.
Oh, fuck, that still works, dude. There's still a QVC that's like 2 minutes left. And like, people still buy that shit.
I don't know what it was, but Andy was starting to make a lot of sense. Yeah. So, all right. Well, is there anything else? You're getting kind of low on your drink here.
Oh, I thought we were hanging out. I thought we were having a good time.
Oh, shit. I mean, we could. What else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about anything else?
I don't know.
What else is going on?
What else you got over there?
We talked about champagne. We talked about how bad Kardashian's stupid suit was.
Yeah.
What else? We talked about the XL Stirmaster, the Stirmax, the Power XL Stirmax.
Yep,
that's some good shit right there.
We talked about drinking a Crown Royal whiskey lemonade. It's actually not bad.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it.
Wow.
And
it's plugging some fucking alcohol.
It's probably loaded with sugar and shit, but 7% alcohol is not bad.
7%?
I know.
How many of these have you had?
I've had 3.
Oh. All right. Well,
me and Eric, we're going to town.
Oh, God.
We're going to town.
This sounds dangerous.
We didn't talk about the Rhinestone Cowboy. We didn't talk about Dead or Alive.
Oh, well, Dead or Alive. That's Dead or Alive 1985. Right?
Yep. Dead or Alive
1985. That's from that. That's the first.
I'll never forget that.
See, I had to sing that song because it was the opening song of the credits.
That's actually that's one of the songs he actually sung the whole song.
Right.
That you see him sing the whole song.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, I have to sing that. And like, there was this guy on Facebook and he was asking like, dude, why didn't you sing like Love Bites? And I go, It took me 3 hours to sing this song.
Why didn't I sing the song that he wrote in the movie about his ex-girlfriend? Because I didn't.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, because I wasn't there all day, and they don't have karaoke all night.
And what about a Rhinestone Cowboy?
Now, Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
We have Glen Campbell.
The man, the myth, the legend.
We were talking about this the other day, too. Glen Campbell is one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is insane. Glen Campbell is like known as legit one of the greatest guitarists. Like he was like in the Wrecking Crew, and he was like one of those guys where like, you know, the Beach Boys, they were not great musicians. Like that's on record. Like they're not great. They're known as, you know, harmonizing guys, you know, like, they were just, and they would have these guys, the Wrecking Crew guys. Like he was like one of the main Wrecking Crew guys. What these guys could do in like a few hours or like, you know, half day, it would take the other guys like a week.
Yeah.
You know? So like they would just call these guys in, look, we're going to play these songs on the album. You guys could try to attempt to play these on the road, which it doesn't matter because like the people are all screaming and you don't have to be perfect, you know? So it doesn't matter as much when you're listening to it. Like,
but they want to nail it on the album when they're all listening to it.
Yeah. On the radio and stuff like that.
Sure.
You could sing the songs, but we're going to take care of the, songs.
We might just play the music in the background.
Yeah. And he was so good that like, you know, when Brian Wilson, he kind of wanted to focus on pet sounds.
Yeah.
And he wanted to really hone in on that album. And with the rest of the Wrecking Crew, and they're like, "Hey, Glenn, you want to go on tour with the Beach Boys in like fucking Japan or Europe or something like that?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So Glen Campbell filled in for Brian Wilson, and I don't know. It's so funny because like I think Brian Wilson played bass, so I was like, "Did they just have him playing bass? That'd be stupid." Yeah, like have him play like the fucking all the guitar wizardry and shit like that. Yeah. I one of my favorite parts of that Wrecking Crew documentary was like when God, I can't remember the band. Who was the band? They had like
I need to watch that again. That's such a great,
it was so good.
Such a great documentary.
It was one of the guys from I think the Association. Anyway, that group. There's like this song that they did, and they had one of the guys. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like Tedesco. And he just starts going off. He's like this guitar wizard. He's and like and they go, the band comes in and hears that and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck, man? You want to try to do that on stage?
Yeah,
I fucking can't do that."
Like, there's got to be like a balance of like what they can like. Hey, we're gonna play this for you, but
and those guys they talked about that too. They're like we had to dumb it down because like these guys were real musician, like jazz, like, you know, trained, like very like really skilled musicians. And like, you know, these are supposed to be like, you know, kids that are in like rock bands, you know, like, hey, we're doing surf music, you know, like, you know, it's like, it's supposed to be kind of like, you know, raw.
Takes into a deep solo.
Yeah, it's like, ugh. That'd be so funny to see. Like the guy's like, "Whoa, dude, whoa, man, fuck!
Like I could do power chords.
Come on. I can hardly do those. We're a band, kind of. Yeah. So
there were cones.
There were cones. Boom! Full circle. Full circle. All right. Okay, Andy, we're gonna end it there. We got good time here. Oh, we got to do the. There we go. Got to do the explosion.
I'm just
you and Ethan, man.
I'm just here for the explosions.
Gotta love the explosions. All right. Well, Andy, thanks for coming on. Gotta refill that.
It's time.
All right. For Andy Matlock, I'm Josh. And as always, thank you for being a friend.